So we talked about figuring out what height these needed to be at. So let's do something. Let's just throw a dimension on there and see what it is. Look at that, 2'9", and that's also 2'9". 2'9" is 33 inches. Well, you know what's interesting? If we go back here to the accessibility code, you can look and look in here and you won't find a picture with that dimension of what that's supposed to be on here, right? You're not going to find it. And when you don't, it should tell you to do a few different things. First, we could do a quick Google search, right? Required mounting height of ADA grab bar, okay? And when we do that, we can go and we'll go to ada.gov and it tells us mounted 33 to 36 inches above finished floor, and it's required behind the water closet, right? So this isn't graphical, but it does give us that, and we can trust ada.gov. And then I think at ADAG, I think there's a requirement there too, and we could slog through and find that as well. But I'm going to show you how to kind of think through that as well. What do I mean? Well, think about another item. Can anybody think of another item that has a similar mounting height to an ADA grab bar? Think real hard. If it says it can be 33 to 36 inches, what is that very similar to? No, it's similar to something else. Go ahead, Kim. Good, yay, Kim. Very good. It's very similar to handrails. So what we know is if we're holding on to something, it's got to be similar to another standard. And the reason they lower it a little and they have a little more or less flexibility is that sometimes what will happen is that these flush valves will get in the way of these things. And so they'll allow us to mount them a little bit lower than an actual grab bar because a handrail because someone's going down to it. Remember, a handrail is 34 to 38 inches, but a grab bar officially is 33 to 36 inches. And you could find that in the Bobrick planning guide, but I just wanted to show you, even when they don't show you in the accessibility code, there's ways to find that information. So that said, this 34 inches is perfectly acceptable. This 33 inches is perfectly acceptable. We can go ahead and leave that there. So I'm going to take these dimensions off here, and I'm going to go back to the first floor, and I'm going to get these correct now. So actually, I could have stayed in that view. Now, first, this thing needs to be 36 inches, right? So under the 36-inch one, right, I have this grab bar family that's in there, and it seems to have a lot of different widths. So let me check this one, right? I'm going to check this. What does this say it is? It says that's 2 foot. That's not long enough, people. Our accessibility code tells us that this has to be what? And we looked at this already, but we're going to look again with our grab bars, which are in section 604, right? Oops, I think I passed it again. Hold on a second. There, here it is. 36 inches long is what that thing has to be. 12 on the wall side, 24 on the transfer or approach side. So if I click on that, and let's see if one of these other ones, there's my 3 foot one. So I had to change. See that 36. Remember what it was before? If I click on it before, it was what? 24. See that 24 inch in there? Now, if I go to 36, that's the one I need. But I still need to get it to a different, I need to get it to a different dimension, right? So now that I've got the 36-inch one, I'm just going to scoot it over a little bit. And then I'm going to place a dimension from right here to the center. And I need that to be what? I need that to be 1 foot or 12 inches. So now that's correct. And just so you see, of course, it is 2 foot to the other side, right? So I know I'm okay there. Now we have to look at the what? We have to look at the other side of this now. We have to be 12 inches from the wall. And then this one here is going to be what? It's going to be 42 inches, and we saw that in our planning guide. And just to kind of reinforce that, because like I said, these planning guides are right along. They work really well with the code. There's that 12 inches there, and then that one needs to be 42. So how can we fix that in our Revit model? Pull up our Revit model, and I'm going to go to the plan for a minute. I'm going to say, let's flip this thing. All right, let's rotate it 90 degrees. All right, and I'll go into my stall, and I'll right click and go to view. All right, and there is my other grab bar. So I'm going to make sure this one is a what? 42 inch. See the little 42 in there? I'm going to scoot it along, hold down shift, right arrow, and then I'm going to place a dimension right in here, right to that. I know that needs to be 12, so I'm going to put a 1 space 0 in there. There's my grab bar. So I'm doing okay there. And then I go back to my first floor. So my grab bars are placed okay. So I've got those there. Let's see, can I mirror them to the other side, the men's room? Ooh, okay. Looks like I got them mirrored. Let me double check. Yeah, looks like we're okay on both of them. So we're good there. So, okay, so we've got those grab bars in there. Now, are we going to need a grab bar in one of these stalls? Well, if you remember from what I talked about a long time ago, one of the things that we'll have in the bathroom sometimes for the purpose of, helping people that are ambulatory. You remember that? You see how we can put grab bars and call it an ambulatory stall. Now we're not required to have one in this instance, but there we're just showing them. I'm just showing you where you can get that information for an ambulatory stall. Some of the other things that we need in here. Let's pull up our Revit families, and we'll go here to restroom accessories. What about a mirror for my sink? Let's put that in. So if I download that mirror, I can drag and drop it, and I'll do that in a second. I'll drag and drop that. All right, there's my mirror. Looks like I got it where I need it. I'm going to click that right there. Let's see if we got that in right. Let's go to, let's rotate our section back. Now, there's a better way to do this than using a section all the time, but I don't want to work that with you quite yet. So I'm going to right click and go to view. And in this view, if you look, there's my mirror, right? What can my mirror mounting height be? Well, we're going to use our handy Bobrick planning guide, and we're going to look at that. So I'm going to go back. And people, I could just throw this stuff in, but I really want you to see this. Okay, so there's the mirror on the wall. Look at that, 40 inches maximum to that mirror that's on the wall. Okay, so let's come back. Let's see what it says in here, right? It says 3'4". Seems like 40 inches to me. Let's measure that. 3'4", that's 36 plus 4, 40 inches, right? I'm going to align to here, this, and then I can copy this from here to from the middle of this one to the middle of that one, right? Doing good there. I also have, if I want to go back, what about having a soap dispenser? That would be helpful, wouldn't it? So I'm going to download my soap dispenser, and I'm going to drag and drop it right into this view. Let's see if we can get that to work. I'll go ahead and save. Hey, look at that, right? If I go right to the floor, click, look at that. And again, if we go back to our planning guide, all right, we've got some items that, let me see if I can find the soap dispensers that are in here. That's what the code isn't going to do, the accessibility code. But if you look, there's some items. Let's see if this one is one of them. See if I can find the soap dispenser. Let's see. Uh, R, the lavatory mounted soap dispenser. That soap dispenser is going to be about the same height as the mirror. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find the elevation of the soap dispenser. Not so super important right this moment, but because we're going to look at the elevation height of a few other items pretty soon too. So we'll find it when we get in there. So I've got that one soap dispenser here, right? I'm going to put it, we know soap dispensers are oftentimes on one side of the mirror or the other. We're just going to put it on the left side here, right? I'm going to click that and I'm going to say, I'm going to copy that from right here to right here, right? And then I'll go back to the first floor and I'm going to mirror my soap dispensers right to the other side of the wall, hopefully. And there we go. There are our soap dispensers. So we're kind of chugging along. In the next video, we're going to talk about a couple of more things as far as the entrance and this wall and everything is concerned. And then we're going to go ahead and start wrapping it up for today. All right.